Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name is Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
It's been so nice out here the last several days. Winds have died down a little bit. Temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. That sounds like fishing weather.
It does.
Where can you go fishing? None other than Sherman Reservoir near Loop City, Nebraska. We have Mark from Trade Winds Marina on the line with us this morning. Mark, how you doing?
We're doing good this morning.
Good, good. Well, we just described some of the weather here, and I'm sure we're about the same from here to Loop City and back. What's the fishing like right now?
Actually, it's been really good. We had our big crappie tournament last weekend and had 70-some teams, and pretty much everybody could wade in their fish, and it was just a heck of a time. So the crappie are starting to move up close to the banks. I would say they're within a day or two of going into full-blown spawn, and they'll just be crazy. And walleye they're still doing really good on a big walleye. The keeper walleye, they're having a little trouble catching them right now, but that will come together.
Yeah. Wow, the crappies. I guess maybe time's going by so fast. I guess it isn't early, but it in our minds it seems a little early for them to be moving in and nice and close. But that makes fun for everybody. You had 70 teams at this tournament.
Yeah, it was a heck of a turnout.
Oh my goodness, yeah. And the way you described it, it's not just very serious, guys and gals who are fishing to be competitive. It sounds like you got a great mix of all kinds of different classifications. There's some just coming in for fun.
Oh, yeah, and that's what that tournament did too is, it's more get the kids out, get grandma and grandpa out with the grandkids, get mom fishing with the son or the daughter, and I mean, it's more of a fun tournament than it is anything.
Sounds great. And that's why you have so many people, 70. That's got to get things a little busy at Trade Winds Marina.
Yeah, the food was flying out of the kitchen, that's for sure.
All right, well, it sounds like the fishing has been good and could even get better, so that's taken care of. A little cool yet maybe for a lot of the recreation vehicles out there, but I suppose there's some who put on the suits and do a little skiing early and drag a tube around, but that's certainly on the way if it hasn't happened already.
Yeah, it's coming. And water temperature's still only in the mid 50s, 50, 57. So, I mean, I'm sure there's been some brave souls out there, but I haven't seen them.
Yeah, brave or crazy, one or the other. Yeah, well.
Yeah, take your pick on that one.
Yeah, well, we talk a lot about, and I think it's worth bringing up every time. You brought it up last year, I think, or maybe even the year before. You've been talking to us for a while now, but Sherman, especially when it gets full, you have all these great places you can get out of the wind and also out of some of that traffic that's going to be picking up as recreation boats and all of that takes place. There, you can always find a place where you can be off kind of by yourself and be out of the wind, and not a lot of lakes offer that, especially large reservoirs. Right,
and that is one of the nice things about Sherman. You can always get out of the wind. And there's always a place where you can go and just chillax.
Yeah, that's great. I think that's one of the things about Sherman that people really love is you can have a lot of people on the lake and still be off on your own, go down one of those little adventures down one of the bays and so forth, maybe find some crappie or some fish back in there, or just sit there and enjoy the sun. Now, everybody gets hungry when they do things like fish and have fun, and we talked about it last time, but boy, the sandwiches you described and all the different fried foods and so forth that you talked about, really going over big. People driving there just to come and eat, even if they don't want to fish and picnic, they can just come and have something good to eat.
Absolutely. You know, we're open on Thursdays now.
Okay.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we're kicking off wing night for the year and getting that going. So come in and check out our wing specials and our hog wings as well.
Okay. All right. And of course they can enjoy the beer garden there and have their meal right there, and then go off and have some more fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's good. You know, we with the addition of the pavilion, we got plenty of seating for everybody. You know, and you know, parking is always somewhat of an issue, but I think we've worked through that. So
Okay.
I think we're ready to keep everybody happy.
I think you are. What's the water level now? Last time you said it was coming up nicely.
Yeah, I don't know the exact numbers because irrigation district doesn't post that anymore. But the bottom ring or the morning glory that sticks out of the water, we're to the bottom of the ring. That's what everybody goes by. So
Okay.
usually when it hits the bottom of the ring, it's time to start pulling bottom bouncers and spinners.
All right. That sounds great. And also, you know that no problem getting in and out of the lake, and you did some dock repair this year, I think, there in front of the marina, so you're ready to go that way.
Yep. You can. Our marina ramp is closed,
Okay.
but our docks are still available to the public out into the front of the marina there, but both state docks are operational and functional. So
Okay. In some places they are not, and I would expect increased pressure, if you want to call it pressure, or increased visits from boaters coming to the reservoirs while they're up early in the summer, because a lot of the smaller lakes, sandhills lakes and so forth, are very difficult to get boats in, and they've even closed in some areas of the state, closed some docks already. So if you know you can get in and out of the lake, that's a big deal. So I would expect people to take advantage of that. All right, Mark, thanks so much. Appreciate your
All right.
time, and hope that you have a great week.
yep, we'll be out there trying to keep everybody safe this weekend and enjoying their weekend. So
Yeah, expect some moms coming in to get something to eat. I bet there's going to be people coming in and bring a mom in to get a treat on Mother's Day.
Oh yeah, and you know, it's kind of crazy. It's like every Mother's Day we have big walleyes brought in. I got to measure them way out for some gals, and I don't know what it is about Mother's Day, but it's a ticket for big walleye. So
All right, well, keep that in mind, folks. Thanks so much, and again, have a good week. Thanks for what you do.
all right, you too. Have a good day.
You
Be
bet.
safe. Bye.
All right, Trade Winds Marina is going to be very busy.
Yeah, it will be.
It already has been, it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
Mother's Day, that's the day you go catch a walleye.
There you go.
But take Mom if you can.
Yes. She'll be the good luck charm on Sunday.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, thank you, Mark, for that. Let's take a look at the Prairie Pioneer menu real quick. Again, we're short on school lunch menus. Just haven't got them in yet. And as we mentioned, by the time we get them in, we may maybe not having school. The Prairie Pioneer Center today, chicken and noodles, mashed potatoes, mixed veggies, and fruit. And that is what's on the menu today. Call them at 872-6121 and let them know you'd like to come and eat today. If you're bringing along some extra guests, let them know as well. And you can also call that same number to set up home delivery. Also, and I think you know more about this than I do, Brent, but May is Older American Month this year, and they're flipping the switch on aging, and the Prairie Pioneer Center has some special programs coming up, I think.
We had a chance to visit with Kathy Larson yesterday, actually. She came in and we recorded an interview for Public Affairs, which will air back for you today. It'll air just after 10 o'clock on KCNI Radio. And, every Thursday in the month of May, they have some special things going on, and they're going to kick it off this week with Mr. R.P. Smith coming in, and he'll be speaking at 1 o'clock on Thursday afternoon, this Thursday. So come on out and have dinner with him, and then stick around for R.P.
All right, that'll be fun. The following Thursday on May 15th, Name That Song.
There you go.
So those are things that are going to be happening in honor of May is Older American Month. And they're flipping the switch on aging at the Prairie Pioneer Center here in Broken Bow, and have been serving the area for over 40 years.
Yeah, 45.
Wow, 45.
Not bad.
Hey, what's the deal? The camera's working today.
That's great. I think it's great to see you again.
No, it is not. I love the blackout.
You like that, huh?
I thought, I have so many shirts. And so with the camera on every day, when's the last time I wore that shirt? I don't want people to think I'm wearing the same shirt. So I thought today, I like this shirt. It was freshly washed. I don't care when the last time I wore it. I'm going to wear it today because they can't see me. Now look what happens.
Yeah.
Oh, gee, many Christmas. All right. Let's see here. You want to play the game?
We can, yeah. Let's do that. We've been talking about Mother's Day, and that's been our topic this week as far as the questions are concerned. And we've been testing your knowledge about moms and their families featured on classic television shows. Here's your question for today. Who played lovely Lady Carol Brady on the Brady Bunch? Who played Carol Brady on the Brady Bunch? Was it Florence Henderson, Lucille Ball, Donna Reed, or Barbara Stanwyck? Who played Carol Brady on the Brady Bunch? Your choices are Florence Henderson, Lucille Ball, Donna Reed, or Barbara Stanwyck. If you know the answer, give us a call at 872-2801.
And Go Breakfast Show with Dave and Brent.
Nicole is having her favorite Runza salad.
The something ranch salad.
It's the chicken bacon ranch salad.
But you can put whatever else you want around it. I'm here for the ranch.
I'm with you. Runza's homemade ranch is perfect. It's so good. A classic.
It's literally the only reason I like salad.
Great point. Come get a salad with your ranch. Try Runza's chicken bacon ranch salad today, because Runza makes it all better.
Remember, today is Pigs in a Blanket Day.
Pigs in a Blanket Day. That will be the prize for Gayleen, who has called in this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, here's Brent with your question.
Okay, Gayleen, who played lovely Lady Carol Brady on the Brady Bunch? Was it Florence Henderson, Lucille Ball, Donna Reed, or Barbara Stanwyck?
Florence Henderson.
It was Florence Henderson, of course. You got it. And because you've answered correctly, we have a certificate that's going to get you a free pig in a blanket that they serve on Wednesdays at Runza in Broken Bow. So come on out and see us when you can.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Gayleen.
Yep, bye.
See ya. That was well done.
That was impressive.
That was really good. I'll tell you what,
thanks,
especially
guys.
the way you just kind of faded it out
Yes, it was
at
a
the end.
perfect fade
Again, I say,
at the
over 40 years of radio experience, ladies and gentlemen, on full display on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show today.
And
That's what it did.
I finally learned after 40-plus years to ring a bell on the radio. Gosh, it's been worth it. We'll be back with a very special guest right after this.
Your mornings sound better.
If you're driving in the car on the way to work, it just makes your day more enjoyable just listening to them.
The Breakfast Show on KCNI KBBN.
We're back. This is Christine Moniger, and on behalf of all of us at Culligan Water Conditioning, I have some great news. We have officially moved back to our original location at 214 South 5th Avenue, right here in Broken Bow. It's been nearly 10 months since the storm tried to wash us out, and while the rebuilding process wasn't always smooth, we made it through, thanks to the incredible support, patience, and encouragement from our customers, our community, our friends, and our family. There is a new roof, the doors are open, the lights are on, and we're home, right where we belong, and we are ready to continue doing what we do best, delivering dependable water solutions and the trusted service you've always counted on. We're back, and we're not going anywhere. Stop by and see us at 214 South Fifth Avenue. Culligan, better water starts here.
At Team Physical Therapy, we offer extended hours 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, and walk-ins are always welcome because we feel convenience couldn't be more important when it comes to your health. Even further, we can visit you in-home for physical therapy if you can't make it to our office. From pre- and post-pregnancy pain to dry needling and everything in between, call Team Physical Therapy at 872-5111 or visit us at myteampt.com. It's your choice. Choose right. Choose Team Physical Therapy.
746. Trish is here from Designs of Distinction. I love your top. Boy, that's beautiful.
I know.
You always look great.
Good. Thanks.
I got a question for you before we get too far along here.
Okay.
Does Ron know we're sending him bills when we mention family furniture? Because I've been meeting him at the post office.
Speaking of mentioning it,
write that
let
down.
me write that down.
I've been,
I gotcha.
running into him at the post office off and on here lately. Seems like more than usual, and we've had some great conversations. And he doesn't say anything about it, and I don't bring it up.
Well, the key is, does he pay his bill?
Well, he must. I haven't had anything on my desk that he hasn't.
Shouldn't be an issue.
Let's mention that a few more times today.
Yeah. I love the fact that you've been running into him at the post office when you're probably dropping off the bill. I think that's really neat.
Yeah, and he's probably putting a check. He's probably sending a check in the mail. Yeah, it's working out great. Well, for those of you who don't know, Trish also works at Family Furniture, Bow Family Furniture.
Yep, I do. 3 days a week.
3 days.
Friday, Monday, and Saturday. Oh, that was out of order. Friday, Saturday, Monday. Those 3 days.
Okay. Plus.
And probably, I think I'm on tomorrow, too.
A little extra?
Yeah, little extra. Julie's taking track meet somewhere
for
one of her granddaughter.
Oh,
so,
great.
Yeah.
Great. And you just got home last night?
I did. From Maryland. I got to see great-grandbabies there.
Oh, wow.
My daughter-in-law, she takes care of 4 of them. And this summer, she'll have 2 twins that were just born in December to take care of. I don't know how the woman does it. I was there just a week, and I got to experience 2 full days. And one day there was only 3 of them instead of 4. I don't know how she does it. But I read so many children's books.
Oh, boy.
It's amazing. 2 kiddos on the lap, and here, read this one. And then they jump after I finish that one. They jump off my lap and run over and grab 3 more books.
Well, that's great.
It is great.
That's...
I love to read, and I just hope that gets instilled in every one of them because it's such to me a blessing. I love to read or listen to books on audio.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm listening to one in the car or when I'm walking, and then every night before I go to bed I read more. And yesterday sitting in airports, that's the other than people watching, that's always fun.
Yes, airports really bring out a wide array of person nowadays. Yeah.
I saw one lady, I'm pretty sure it was a bathrobe and slippers, and she was ready to go somewhere. I'm not sure where she was going, but
sounds like
she
she's
was
ready to go to
comfy.
bed.
Had a blanket. I mean, I was waiting to see the pillow pop out somewhere, but she was heading.
Yeah.
So I guess the days of dressing up to go on when I was younger, that was the thing. You dressed up when you went on a plane. That was a big deal.
Yes.
That was really a big thing. Yeah.
Yeah, dressing up has changed a lot. Dressing down seems to be more popular.
I'm happy with jeans. I'm the jean kind of designer. I'm not the dress designer.
Well, welcome back.
Thanks.
You probably have some things to do now that you're home.
Oh, yeah. There was nothing. All the shades were put in except one little shade that I was waiting on that didn't make it before I left. But the floor was totally clear. There were no boxes. And all the time I was going, I kept getting all these shipping notifications. I'm sure it looks like a bomb went off in there right now.
Oh, sure. All the stuff probably came in.
It did. And some of them are good-sized jobs, so I'll be busy.
That's good.
I know.
That's good. And again, for those of you who haven't realized it yet, Trish is in Bow Family Flooring Building.
Yes.
And moved some time ago across the street.
September.
And you have a little more room to get that freight in.
I do, and I'm sure it's so much easier for Justin with FedEx. I'm sure he's happy.
Now, is Justin the guy that wears shorts all the time?
Yes, 24/7, I think, or 12 months out of the year. Has to be really cold.
Yeah, he told me. We just ran into him last week at a tumbleweed, and he was dropping off some freight there on Saturday, and he walked by, and I said, "Hey, get some pants on, dude." And he says, "That's funny." He said, "I was delivering in February in a neighborhood, and he said, I looked out, and there was a lady across the street taking pictures of me with my shorts on. It was probably 30 below."
Yeah, he said that truck stays pretty warm.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Because I said something to him, he said, "This truck is so hot." I said, "So for me, it's comfort."
Yeah.
But even the grandkids in Maryland, I mean, they were always in soccer jerseys and shorts. It didn't matter if it was 10 degrees or 100. That was their...
That's what they wear.
That's what they wear. And I mean, it's just 12 months out of the year. All those guys are in shorts.
Yeah. Well, they work hard. They really
they
do.
do.
And they bring a lot of freight into you and other places.
My goodness.
What are some of the jobs that you are going to be working on?
I've got Brewster that just came in. I've got Callaway and Burwell and Broken Bow.
And on and
Myrna.
on.
Myrna, big job at Myrna. That's kind of fun. So, yeah.
That's a testimony to what you're talking about here, is that you're willing to travel. You just named your jobs, and they're all over the place. And you
They
go
are.
further than that.
I do.
To help people out.
Yep. I just installed some in Colorado. So, yeah, I like to go. So, if you can hear my voice, I'll come see you.
And it's online. You might be able to go to maybe Paris or something like that.
Well, I go to Maryland still. I do that. And I just had a couple inquiries from friends in Las Vegas. So, yeah.
Might be
I'll
heading
go.
that way again.
Yeah.
Seeing some
Why
old
not?
friends. For those out there, again, who we have to remind ourselves, I think you mentioned this. There's somebody that was on the show one day, said, I've been located where I've been for a number of years. I advertise. I do social media. The list goes on and on. They said, and you still, I think you said
still get calls. I didn't know you were there. Not sure what else I can do. I'm even in some of those tiny little phone directories, like the way out west and up through Cherry County, and I'm even in some of those little giveaway phone directories, and I'm like, I don't know what else to do.
Yeah, I think that just tells you that you just really have
and
to
you
continue.
never know.
You have to continue to be out in front of the people.
You do,
and let them know.
This is by far my best advertising dollar.
That's great to hear, isn't it, Brent?
Yes,
it is. Yeah. And people, total strangers, I'll be talking to somebody, they'll come up behind me and go, "I know you're the shade and blonde lady." I'm like, "Yeah." And everybody's like, "You have such a distinctive voice," and I'm like,
"Yeah, you do. You do.
Know
It's a
if
good
they
voice."
Like it or not?
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
Oh, I always hated it when I'd hear it on like a recording. Oh my goodness, I was like, ugh.
It's so different now too, because when we were kids, to have a recording of any kind was kind of special. You didn't have a chance to hear when the first time you heard your own voice, you're going, "That's not me."
No,
right?
That's not what I hear.
Right.
That's what I hear. I kind of like. I'm used to, but what I hear when y'all play that thing back, that's not me.
Yeah, but it does. It is. You get used to it.
You do.
People ask us all the time. You ever get tired of hearing your voice, or do you still pay attention to what you sound like? And the answer is actually no.
Yeah.
After a long time, it's just part of what you do.
Yes.
And with you do have a distinctive voice, and I'm glad that works for you, and I'm glad radio works for you. But we say it every time. Successful business people can't just advertise; they have to deliver what they advertise, and you do that.
Hopefully, I do. Sure, I've dropped the ball once or twice in my career.
Well, it's going to happen. Certainly, when you're waiting for freight,
Yes.
But
and all the fun stuff.
Also, one other thing, you do small upholstery pieces, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Matter of fact, I was working while I was in Maryland on 2 slipcovers for my daughter-in-law, and I don't know what they're going to look like. It's like, but the sad part is the chairs are old, and they're well made, and they're great frames, and they have a swivel base. And, I looked at them, and my son kept saying, do you want to, should we really do this, or should we just scrap it and just go get 2 new chairs? And I'm like, these things are a testimony to how our furniture industry was built.
Yeah.
I mean, they're sturdy and they're rugged, and you've got 8 grandchildren, so it's that conundrum. You either spend money to get a good quality, or it might not last as long as something your grandmother had.
That's
that
right.
You can make look a little bit more contemporary.
Mm-hmm.
Which, like I say, glider rockers, they are like the nemesis of. Like, I have so many people that want glider rocker cushions redone.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I guess you can get 20 more years out of that rocker if you get the cushion fixed, so it's worth it.
And especially when it's handed down from,
Yeah.
grandparent that had it to a parent that had it to rock their babies, and then to, their kids that are having babies now. And the frame's perfect, really. It's
a lot of times kitchen chairs, older kitchen chairs will stand the test of time, but through the family years, the seats don't quite handle all the traffic and jumping and sitting and food spilling and pets and the whole works. But you could bring those back to life.
Yep. Dining room chair cushions, or dining room chairs, kitchen chairs. Some chrome crafts. Some of those are a little tougher because they're meant not to come apart. Mm-hmm. So those I have a little bit. I really got to look at them, and some of them I just can't do.
I suppose some of them are riveted and different things.
Yes, and the way they put the pop things together, they're not meant to come apart.
Mm-hmm.
If you do get them apart, to find the part that's going to replace that pop thing that you just unpopped is not a good thing. So that's another.
Well, that's where you come in, both on the windows and the small upholstery pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Look at it, assess it, come up with the idea if it's going to work or not, come up with especially on your windows, you can come up with almost an exact price. I don't know about upholstery.
Upholstery's a little harder.
Yeah.
It's, kind of has a labor factor.
Yeah.
Shades, I put those up
all the time.
All the time. So I've got that all figured out, and that's all in my pricing. Mm-hmm. I get more phone calls after I send out an estimate of how much is it going to cost for you to put them up, and I'm like, no, that's all built in. That's that's it.
That's the price.
It's my travel. That's my, so, yeah.
All right. Best way to reach you is via your phone.
Yes. 308-870-3677.
All right. Good to see you. Welcome back.
Good to see you. Thanks.
And,
back to quiet sanity.
Yeah, you're going to miss the chatter of those little
Oh,
kids,
my
though.
goodness. They are just precious.
News is next on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. With all the pomp and drama that the Catholic Church can muster, cardinals will soon be part of a procession to begin their conclave to try and elect a new pope. Father Francis Rocca is a CBS News papal contributor and has been talking to his sources.
This is a feeling out exercise. A leading conservative cardinal elector told me yesterday that a bunch of them intend to vote for Cardinal Erdo from Hungary to see how much strength they actually have on the first ballot.
Today is Real ID Day, the identification needed for domestic flights and to get into government buildings. Alex Kegal is traveling.
I'm a fan of TSA. I mean, they're very professional, so I don't mind going through an extra layer of security for safety.
CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger says there's a Federal Reserve interest rate decision today.
Fed Chair Jerome Powell is likely to say that they want to see more data before deciding what to do next. If the Fed does not act, expect the president to weigh in.
CBS News Brief. I'm Matt Piper.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. 783-8055. That's 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055. Optima Tax Relief. Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Here's a look at Nebraska news. In a story released by KNOP, a North Platte man accused of sexually assaulting a child appeared in Lincoln County District Court Monday. Alexander Reed, age 29, appeared on Zoom Monday afternoon in Lincoln County District Court. He is being charged with 2 counts of first-degree sexual assault of a child. According to the North Platte Police Department, the mother of the victim told police her daughter, who is under the age of 10, was sexually assaulted by Reed on 3 different occasions. When questioned by investigators about the accusations, Reed denied them initially, but then shared details about the crime and provided a written statement which described the 3 instances. Reed was arrested and booked into the Lincoln County Detention Center on January 9th. He is being held on a $250,000 bond at 10%. Reed pleaded not guilty to both counts in February. His case has been continued. This has been a Nebraska News Update. I'm Jack Simpson reporting for Central Nebraska's news source.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Steve DeSager.
Golden State star Steph Curry left in the first half with a strained hamstring, but the Warriors did win their opener of the second-round series at Minnesota, 99-88. Buddy Hield with 24 points. Tyrese Halliburton of the Pacers with a game-winning three-pointer at Cleveland, 120-119. Donovan Mitchell scored 48 points in defeat. The Cavs were missing 3 injured players. In the NHL playoffs, second-round openers, Carolina won in overtime at Washington 2-1. Edmonton came from behind for a 4-2 victory at Vegas. Notre Dame football signed to play Clemson for 12 straight years, starting in 2027. To baseball, the Yankees beat the Padres 12-3 with 10 runs in the bottom of the 7th. That ends San Diego's 6-game winning streak. Miami in 10 innings edged the Dodgers 5-4. San Francisco in 11 won 14-5 at the Cubs. And late night wins for the Mariners, Angels, and Arizona.
Here's your weatherology forecast. Chance for scattered thunderstorms. Today, otherwise cloudy skies expected. Highs level off around 73. Northeast winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Mainly cloudy skies. Tonight, slight chance for scattered thunderstorms. Lows dip down to about 47. Slight chance of thunderstorms. Tomorrow, daytime highs approaching 76, partly cloudy. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Since 1891, Bruning Bank has been committed to Nebraska and Nebraskans. Today, the span of their services has grown beyond what their founders could have ever imagined. One thing that hasn't changed is their commitment to their customers. Visit BruningBank.com.
It is 5 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock. Let's go outside and find out what it really feels like with Jack Simpson. Now, Jack is out back, Brent, this morning due to a serpent sight.
Yep. Another sight that I see here in the satellite dish is there's a nice nest with a few blue eggs in it, bird's nest here. Not see Winchester right now. This is kind of what I named him, is Winchester. I'm cutting out a little bit. Winchester's what I named it. 49 degrees outside, cloudy skies, calm winds out of the west, barometric pressure at 30.08 with humidity at 80%. No rain in the last 24 hours. The precipitation for this month sitting at 20 hundredths. High yesterday of 77, overnight low of 45. Sunrise today was at 6:26. Sunset today 8:42.
All right, Jack. Now, let's just kind of analyze Mother Nature for a moment.
Okay.
We know there's a big bull snake that has been photographed out back.
Yep.
By the plumbers. And you just described, and that nest and those eggs, that's been going on each spring for many years now. We've raised a lot of robins in the back of that satellite dish. It's not very far up off the ground.
No, it's not.
And snakes like eggs.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, they even like little birds.
Yep.
For lunch, right?
Yep.
So you might, as you check that daily, just make sure there's not a snake curled up in maybe the crux of that satellite dish frame.
Yeah.
Because there could be a bull snake up there getting lunch.
Yeah, for sure. I don't see anything right now from what I can kind of see, but...
Now, aren't the eggs, the robin eggs, the blue color, there's nothing quite like that, is there?
No, there's not. They're
beautiful.
4 in there.
4 eggs. Oh,
Yep.
man. I wonder if we're going to raise all 4.
I don't know.
Well, you'll be able to report the progress of the hatching of the eggs.
Yep.
When you're outside. Now, don't touch the eggs. You know
No.
that.
Yeah. No, don't touch the eggs.
And, of course, when the little babies are born, don't touch them
Right.
because mom doesn't want anything to do with babies that have been touched by human beings.
Right.
So we got it all laid out.
Yep.
Or you're a ranch kid. This is kind of nice for you to be able to get out and see the birds and snakes.
Yeah, for sure. I kind of miss, sometimes I miss helping out on the ranch, but every time I get to go home, I get to go help feed cattle and stuff. It's fun.
Yeah, well.
Hey, Jack,
Yes.
since you have the microphone, can you now go to the front
To
of
the
the building?
front? Yeah,
Yes.
let's go up there.
All right. Good job.
we're
I want to
making our
see.
way.
I want to see if there's kind of 2 nesting spots.
There is now, is
here
there?
at KCNI, KBBN over the years. One of them is it in the K? We have the letters K, C, and I.
Yep.
Hanging out front.
Usually the C.
Is it the C?
That you can spot because they do build nests in behind the K.
Yeah, in those letters.
But you can, a lot of times they'll build in the crux of the C.
Yeah, okay. So I was just curious if we have any nesting going on in the letters.
From what I can
hanging
see,
outside.
I do not see any nests in the letters from what I can see.
And that is unusual.
Yeah.
That's unusual. Last year, we had some robins that had hatched some babies there in the sea. And I was mowing, and there was just one bird. And I know the folks out there that watch nature have seen this because, maybe you have 4 little baby robins, and they kind of leave the nest and go off on their own accord. And this was the last one left, and it was very frightened.
Yeah.
And then I came along with the mower, and it really, really got frightened and jumped out of the nest. And I always wondered, did that little robin make it? Because it might have jumped out of the nest a little earlier than it would have.
Yeah. Now, Jack, as you progress through the days ahead here and keep checking the nesting sites at KCNI, KBBN, we encourage you to be careful.
Okay.
Because sometimes we've had mother robins in the past get very protective.
Yes.
And they don't necessarily like it when someone gets really close to the nest.
Got it.
So just be careful out there.
Will do.
Now, have you ever had out on the ranch, you have barn swallows?
I want to say we do, but I could be wrong.
Well, you'd know if you.
I know they're pretty, from what I've heard, invasive almost, and there's usually a lot of them.
They're more aggressive than robins for sure. Robins get a little upset, and a lot of times a robin, the mother will and the fathers will just stand a distance and chirp.
Yes.
Okay.
And try to just, I don't know, alarm you away.
Gotcha.
But swallows, they'll take your hat off if they can when they
I
dive
bet,
bomb you.
From what I can kind of think of, I bet we do have barn swallows. There's a building on the ranch that's usually full of birds, so I bet those are the barn swallows right there.
Well, they make that mud nest that kind of hangs down from an eave.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's amazing in itself.
Yeah.
That they can build those and make them stick upside down, basically underneath like a soffit or something like that.
Yeah.
But they can make a mess, and they're very aggressive. And we tried to preserve the one here at the front door at the time. It was before we built on. And we found that some of our customers were having trouble getting into the building.
Oh, no.
And we didn't want to destroy the nest, but I think we eventually had to.
Yeah.
Because they're pretty aggressive. Well, this has been fun.
It has.
Jack, and now we have a daily check on the blue eggs out back, and we'll watch and see if there'll be any other birds building nests in the letters. I kind of hope they don't, because it's kind of hard to clean out, and kind of hard on the little lights we have to illuminate the letters. But if they do, we won't bother them. We'll let them have their babies, and then we'll take the nests out.
Yep.
And we'll leave the one with that nest on the satellite dish in the back is just it's a permanent home. They don't rebuild it every year.
Gotcha.
They might spruce it up a little bit. But that's the story. Thanks, Jack.
You're welcome.
All right, there you go. Live radio covering the possible birth of birds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Birds are so, to me anyway, maybe you disagree, homely when they're hatched. They just look kind of yucky, and they're kind of, I don't know, prehistoric looking. And then the feathers start coming on, and they start, and I don't think most types of birds only live 2-3 years, maybe a couple of years. So their life is short. So they develop quickly, but it's pretty cool. It really is. Let's see here. I got a birthday for you.
Okay.
And
celebrity birthday or local birthday?
Yep. Well, our local celebrities, but we don't have any of those that we're aware of today.
Okay.
But we do have Bill Kretman, 79. He was a drummer with the Grateful Dead band for its entire 30-year career. So happy birthday. He is 79 today. And, we've lost some of the members of the Grateful Dead along the way, but he is still here, drumming for the Grateful Dead for 30 years. So this is for anybody out there who's been at a job a while, like Bill Kretzmann of the Grateful Dead. It's called Touch of Grey. Dead. Jerry Garcia, Touch of Gray, and a good morning to Tiff, who, big Grateful Dead fan. He dropped us a note here.
Oh, good.
Well, actually he texted me on my phone. I happened to see it, which is unusual.
Yeah.
So, thanks, Tiff. Appreciate it very much.
I don't have my phone here this morning. Walked off without it.
Oh, good. How you feel?
Yeah, I feel
free?
I do.
Feel free of any responsibilities?
The only problem is I know I left it at home, but even though I know that, I find myself looking for it.
Yeah.
Here, constantly checking the pockets. Oh, where's my phone? Oh, yeah. Brent, you've already established that you don't have it. Just relax. Quit looking for it.
That's how habit-forming they are.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, that's the truth, and everybody's that way.
So
Brent.
here's a question for you now. Now that we have the phones, and let's face it, they're a part of us.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
So now that phones have come into the picture, what do you spend more? It used to be the car keys, right? Kind of. I mean, it used to be you'd lay your keys down and then you would be hunting for them, looking for them. What do you look for more often now? Is it your phone or the car keys? Or your wallet?
Phone.
I'll give you those three.
Phone and glasses.
Oh, glasses.
Eyeglasses.
Yeah.
They're hard to find when you can't see very well.
Very good point.
But
yes.
Yeah, what did I do with my glasses?
Yeah.
Socks kind of come in there where maybe you had a pair of socks, you set them down. I'm going to put those on in a little bit early in the morning, and then you can't find them.
Yeah.
But definitely the phone. Where did I leave my phone?
Mm-hmm.
I think most everybody would answer that
Think
question
so?
that way,
Yeah.
don't you think?
Yeah. Yeah, you can be interactive with us. There's my question for the day. What item do you spend the most time looking for?
Yeah, that's a good question. Just drop it in the old...
Yeah, you can chat with us on Facebook.
Yeah. And I hope it's not your wife or your husband.
Yeah. Yes.
That would not be good. All right, now today we are not going to be having a text day today because we got ahead of ourselves yesterday. We're going to be doing
for the beef promotion.
The beef promotion. We're going to be doing that every other day, but we got ahead of ourselves. I got ahead of myself. I didn't read. I'm bad about that. I glance and I don't read all the full instructions.
That's all right.
And so we did today's yesterday, which was Jupiter. That was the correct answer, but the largest planet in our solar system. So tomorrow, well, we're still off, aren't we? Because we wouldn't do one on Thursday. We did Monday, Wednesday, we did yesterday. So we'll do one on Friday.
Okay.
May 9th.
Kind of 3 a week.
3 a week.
There you go.
And it's going to be a beef question. So that's
all right.
Kind of a little heads up. It's May Beef Month. May the beef be with you. And even though you can't today text in, you can certainly register all over the area. And we have places that you can register in many of our communities. Ansley, it's Sun Valley Landscaping. Arcadia, Moshka's Building Center and Greenhouse. In Arnold, A1 Auto Repair. Callaway, Agribest Feeds. That is so weird now. I had a dream last night. Agribest Feeds was in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yikes. In Broken Bow, RTA's Hardware, Gateway Motors, the Grocery Cart, and the Garden Center here in Broken Bow. Now registration points. Evans Feed in Broken Bow and Oconto. They'll have registration containers in both Broken Bow and Oconto for Evans Feed. And Chapin's Square One Boutique here in town. And it's Wednesday, so we're going to find out in a little bit what's for Wednesday.
Oh, good. All right.
Sargent, thanks, Carl. Sargent Corner Market registration point for your chance to win. Second and third places. Each winner will have in their possession an 8-pound prime rib roast and a bottle of breaded hog barbecue seasoning to cook it up right. The grand prize winner will be very happy. A quarter of beef, which includes roast, steaks, hamburger, and a deep freeze to store it in. It's a nice little deep freeze that we purchased from Lyons Appliances, and 3 bottles of delicious Bearded Hog barbecue seasoning. That's the grand prize. Now, the nice thing about that, you get a quarter of beef. You don't have to find any place to put it. And the nice little freezer will sit in a corner just about anywhere. It's just about the right size to maybe take a little pressure off your refrigerator where your freezer is full. Now you have a little freezer, but it doesn't take up the whole one wall. I think it's a fabulous prize, and we appreciate all the sponsors and everybody involved. And it's going to be fun. It's exciting.
Yes,
Get out and register.
You got me wondering what's for Wednesday now.
What is for Wednesday?
So I looked it up, and here we go. Here is what's for Wednesday at Chapin's Furniture and Square One, south side of the square in Broken Bow. Of course, as we know, the construction continues kind of right there in front of Chapin's and Square One. But not only does the construction continue, so does the great deals going on inside Chapin's and Square One Boutique. They welcome you through the south and west doors to avoid the construction. So still kind of easy to get into the store. And they hope you come in and see them. Of course, this weekend you got Mother's Day.
Right.
That's big. A lot of graduations going on in the area as well. So here's what they're doing. You can find some great gifts for each occasion at Square One and Chapin's. So with any purchase of a gift for mom or a graduate today, got to do it today, you, the person making the purchase, will get a free gift. Now, isn't that nice?
It's very nice.
They're going to reward you for getting a gift for mom or the graduate today. So swing on in, get a gift for mom or a graduate, and you'll get a free gift with your purchase. That's right, a sweet treat for you with your purchase at Chapin's and Square One Boutique. Also, they want you to know they have some new recliners arriving that are perfect for all sizes, and Connie would love to help you with your decorating and floor covering with your home. Chapin's and Square One in Broken Bow. That is what's for Wednesday. And be listening every Wednesday for a great deal, and check out their window to find out the answer to what's for Wednesday every week.
You mentioned the construction, and we've been going through stop and starts here on the west end of town on Highway 2. They've been patching the cement portion of the roadway. It's been fascinating to watch. These big things, they cut out bad spots and big squares, little squares. And then Paulson's come in and drop cement in those, and then they smooth them out. They put some chemical on them. You're driving on them the next day, and I noticed this morning. It looked like all the patching was pretty well done.
I went a different direction.
Oh, you didn't come that way?
To get out to work.
Okay.
Yeah, I went up to Memorial Drive and out.
Okay. Well, they weren't setting up like usual, so I'm thinking that they're close to being done with the patchwork on the cement portion out here on the west end. Now, they may have some finish work to do, and they may have flag stops there. But I got to say, they've run that really, really well. All the traffic that comes through Highway 2, it's heavy, at times real heavy. Big trucks.
Going both directions.
Yes, both ways. And they've done a nice job. I really think they've done a great job of getting traffic through safely and getting their work done. And it looks like they're making progress on cementing the south sides where they've removed the roadway and rebuilding that. So I know it's kind of a pain, but it's also very enjoyable to watch and make sure as we go through that we're not on our phones and that we're paying attention, but kind of out of the corner of your eye, you see them pouring cement in the forms and got the dirt movers out there. I think it's weather's cooperated. It's going really well, and the crews are doing really good, I think. The courthouse is under some reconstruction, some finishing touches on the front steps of the Custer County Courthouse, and they've got that blocked off. So you'll need to go to the west side, the back door, I guess you'd call it, on the courthouse. But it works really nicely there. There's an elevator when you first walk in from that side, and that way you can go up or down the different levels. And just remember, You can park along the street out there. There's a little bit of parking right in the area there next to the back door, but kind of note too that there's handicap parking there that you can use. So that's being done. They're finishing up the steps. They physically, they look great from a distance. They just had some finish work to do on them, I guess. And we want to thank Kelly Jacobson for dropping that note to us, Deputy County Clerk. Appreciate that, Kelly. Saturday, Adams Land and Cattle Compost Day is the last day for you to pick up free compost at the South Lot entrance on Highway 21 outside of Broken Bow. Will be from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. Now, it is Mother's Day, and there's a lot of graduations going on, but there's a lot of folks who moms don't live here and they don't have kids graduating, so there's probably quite a bit more yard work and garden work going to be done, and that compost can come in real handy for making things grow. So take some buckets and go out and get yourself some free compost.
Yes. The weather's been really good for those days.
It really has been. Really. Mowed the yard last night. It's dry.
Yeah, I know.
So
dirty.
dirty.
I got to get some water going.
Man, well, just
I'm
dirt.
lazy. I just don't want to drag out the hose yet. I keep saying, come on, just rain.
I know. Slight chance here, slight chance there.
Well, didn't it feel like it could rain last night, or is it just me?
No.
It just clouded over. It felt like it might, right?
But it did, because I thought, well, I better mow. It looks like it could rain.
Yeah.
Woke up this morning, dry cement, dry ground. And we'll just want to be careful out there with fires. We haven't heard a lot about, the fire situation lately, but we know it's brittle out there, so let's be careful. We'll be right back. It's Hips Day.
Oh, we're playing songs about hips. Okay.
That's a body part.
All right.
I don't know really how many hip songs we have.
Oh, I know it's not in the rotation, but the first one that comes to my mind, it's not really, it really does, it has hip in the title. It's not really talking about the hip, though. And the first song that pops in my mind is Hip to Be Square.
Oh.
By Huey Lewis and the News.
Well, that's an interesting observation there.
Oh, okay.
Why is it hip? The word hip, to be cool and be hip.
Do we use the word hip anymore? Like it's hip? Hey, that's hip.
Not really.
Hey.
But why did we start saying that when a hip is really a part of your body?
I have no idea.
Swinging hips, and then they just went hip? I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, we have a hip song lined up for you right after
sounds
these
good.
words. Stay tuned.
Evans Feed Company is proud to serve Central Nebraska's cattle producers with quality feed, mineral, and salt products. Service 2. Evans Feed has a full line of feed products on hand. Bulk grain products, creep feed, and distiller's pellets too. They have a very complete line of horse, goat, sheep, pig, bird, and chicken feeds, and pet foods galore. Check out Evans Feed. They deliver great products to your farm or ranch. 800-830-2119. Give them a call. That's Evans Feed, locally owned and operated.
May is Beef Month, and we're celebrating big. Win a quarter of beef, a 7 cubic foot freezer, and 3 bold bearded hog barbecue seasonings in our grand prize giveaway. Second and third place snag an 8-pound prime rib and savory steer seasoning. Register all May at participating local businesses or by tuning in to The Breakfast Show. Get full contest details at sandhillsexpress.com. Don't wait. Beef up your chances to win today.
It's spring in Nebraska, so you know what that means. Cold mornings, mud and ice, and of course, calving season. Agland ATV is fully stocked with the accessories you need for this season. Full cabs, heaters, light bars, and everything you need for your Polaris. No one has time for a breakdown, but they're bound to happen. We just happen to have the best shop crew that will get your ATVs and Rangers back on the job as soon as possible. We're here to keep you rolling during calving season at Agland ATV in Broken Bow.
Always wear a helmet, never drink and ride.
And thanks to Agland ATV, that's another one that's fun to watch when you drive down the highway and out of the corner of your eye, or take a look and see all the different units they have out there and all the different buildings they've put up and all the growth they've had.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's something else. All right, we go hip, which is part of the body. We
Okay.
go hip, that's cool. And then out of hip came hippie.
Oh, yes.
Which I don't.
Well, yeah, we can play Old Hippie by the Bellamy Brothers.
We might have to stretch it a little bit. Stretch our hips.
Yes.
Here's Joan Osborne. Shake your hips. Sandhills Express just for a moment. Looks at some of the stories posted and recently posted. Nebraska Extension in Custer County encouraging registration in the Summer June Jamboree youth activities, and that is posted on the top there. Also, Nebraska healthcare providers grapple with binge drinking, and Jeremy has that story up. He also has that story in the news on KCNI KBBN. Also on KCNI KBBN and Sandhills Express, note about the Community Health Needs Assessment Town Hall meeting on May 15th here in Broken Bow at the Broken Bow Library. They asked for RSVP on that because they're going to have a meal for that meeting, that gathering. And they would like to know by Friday, at the end of the day, Friday on the 9th, if you're planning on coming so they can have a meal ready for you. So that story is up. And let me just see what else we have here. Going across here. Oh, you've got the area athletes compete at the Midwest Track and Field up there.
Yeah, Best of the Midwest was yesterday, and a lot of our area athletes turned in some great performances.
COZAD Track Invitational results as well.
Yep, Broken Bow was among the teams that competed there, so we kind of recap how their day went for you. You can check it out.
All right, and book donation drive is underway at the Grocery Cart. It started yesterday, and you may remember this story because it wasn't that long ago in April that Jeremy had it posted about Eli Rogers, Arnold Jr., who spearheaded the Dolly Parton Imagine Books program, and he's trying to get to the point where it's a statewide book club, if you will, and that information is there where there's a picture of Dolly Parton there, and she is doing great things to try to get kids books so they can read, kind of what Trish was talking about earlier, and that story is up on Sandhills Express as well. He called here Monday, I guess it was, and asked if we would mention that there'll be donation containers out at the Grocery Cart, and I believe that runs for 4 or 5 days more. It started yesterday. I think it ends next Tuesday, maybe. So that's all available out at the Grocery Cart to make your donation if you haven't. And then on the story, there's also information how you can donate through mail or online. And he's really got high goals. He's a young man who is working hard on this and has the help of the Arnold Foundation and Nicole Badgley, instructor over there. They're all working to get books in kids' hands. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Also, the DHHS encourages Nebraska's citizens to stay safe from ticks and tick-borne diseases. That's up on the Sandhills Express as well. And that is something we need to be careful with. I haven't seen a lot of ticks personally, but I haven't been out, other than a yard. I haven't been fishing or anything like that to speak of to where, you want to check. You've been out in any kind of weeds or anything, be sure and give yourself a self-check or have somebody look at your scalp. Make sure you don't have one stuck to the back of your ear or something like that. It's not a good thing. They can cause you to be sick for a long time. All right, we'll take a time out. We'll come back. And do you have some things you want to talk about, Brent?
Yeah, we got to tell you what's showing at the movies yet.
That'll
we'll
be
do
coming.
that.
That's next.
Start your day right or keep it rolling strong at Howdy Coffee and Broken Bow. Dive into breakfast favorites like the egg scramble or breakfast sandwiches with their signature kolache dough made in-house daily. Check out their newly added lunch menu featuring the chicken bacon ranch, French dip, and Philly sandwiches. And for your sweet treat, go with delicious cronuts. Open Monday to Friday, 6:30 to 4:30, and weekdays, 7 to 4. Satisfy your breakfast, lunch, and cravings beyond at Howdy Coffee on West Highway 2, Broken Bow.
Moline Seed and Fence was founded by the Moline family in 2014 southwest of Callaway with a simple concept: to serve farmers and ranchers by providing quality fencing and livestock supplies. They continue to meet the demands of all livestock producers, providing watering and fencing products of all kinds, from barbed wire to hedge posts, creosote post pipes, and panels. Give Moline Seed and Fence a call and have their team help you lay out your next project. Call 308-529-0781 or visit them on their web at MalineSeedandFence.com.
Unfortunately, that air conditioning system of yours isn't quite smart enough to tell you that it needs a tune-up. That's why Taylor Heating and Cooling's technicians are there for you. Getting a tune-up now gives you peace of mind and helps you avoid making a frantic call when your system breaks down. You can also save on energy costs and reliability and catch small issues before they become a major problem. Contact your local technicians, Taylor Heating and Cooling, at 872-6196. That's 872-6196 for Taylor Heating and Cooling.
We're back live here on the show, and Brent would like to talk to you about the Fox Theaters and all the movies that you can see there.
Here's what's showing at the Fox Theater in Broken Bow for this week. I want to start off with this. On our information sheets, it says at the top, 5/7, that would be May 7th, which I believe is today. It says no showing of the movie Thunderbolts today for a private party. So take note of that. That's tonight. Now, they will show Minecraft. That is still listed to show tonight. The movie with Jack Black. It's been out for a while, but boy, it's been one of the biggest hits of the spring going into the summer. Still a couple more nights to take that in at the Fox Theater in Broken Bow. Also, the Ben Affleck movie, The Accountant 2, the sequel. Ben Affleck is back as the accountant. But again, it's not a movie about spreadsheets or anything like that.
No.
It's I believe guns are involved.
Lots of guns.
Yes. So anyway, that is showing tonight and tomorrow night, it looks like, at the Fox Theater in Broken Bow. And then as we go into the weekend and into next week, here's what we'll be showing. They got a couple of new movies coming, and so we'll tell you about those. I think this is like one of the biggest movies in the theater right now. Sinners is going to be coming to the Fox Theater in Broken Bow. Trying to leave their troubled lives behind, twin brothers return to their Mississippi hometown to start again, only to discover that an even greater evil is waiting to welcome them back. I saw previews. It looks like they fight zombies and stuff.
Okay.
So that'll be showing up at the Fox Theater on Friday, run through the weekend into next week. Also, a new movie arriving on Friday will be Fight or Flight. A mercenary takes on the job of tracking a high-value asset known only as the Ghost on an international flight. But then realizing the plane is filled with assassins assigned to kill them both, the pair must work together in a fight for their lives. That's coming to the Fox Theater on Friday, runs through the weekend into next week. And, of course, the newest Marvel movie, Thunderbolts, it will stick around and continue to show this weekend into next week as well. So, if you're looking for something to do with Mom, take her to the movies this weekend at the Fox Theater in Broken Bow. Check out their website, watchthefox.com. A lot of information on the site, gives you the show times, also let you know what will be coming soon to the Fox Theater. You can purchase tickets online through watchthefox.com. And don't forget, every Tuesday night, they do free popcorn night, sponsored by the Nebraska State Bank.
We are going to get hip.
Yay!
Right after this.
Duda Plumbing, the guys you want when you need a new septic system or your existing system needs a good pumping. With Scott and Colton boasting over 40 years of experience, they know a thing or two about keeping things flowing smoothly. Don't wait until your backyard or basement smell like a swamp. Get on their schedule for a pump every 2 years. For the really tough spots, their sewer camera can spy on what their eyes can't catch. For over 40 years, Duda Plumbing, where they do the plumbing.
Hey, this is Andrew from Rise Rehab and Performance. It's that time of year we want to get out and enjoy the nice weather. Walking, running, yard work, gardening. Whatever the case, that increased activity unfortunately means some of us are going to have some troubles. Foot pain, hip pain, low back pain. Hopefully not all of it. But at Rise Rehab and Performance, we're set up to help you out. We can get you back active and enjoying this nice weather. So come visit us on West Highway 2 or call us at 872-5800.
Did you know that there are supplemental health insurance policies that enhance your coverage? Hi, this is Liana with Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency. You're used to hearing me talk about annual enrollments, Medicare, and private health insurance, but dental, vision, accident, cancer, and hospital indemnity plans are available year-round. These affordable coverages can help ease the financial burden when the unexpected happens. Give Lori or myself a call at 308-836-2201 or stop into the office in Callaway or Broken Bow.
Some secrets just can't be kept, like the May hours for the Secret Garden. They're open every day in May. Weekdays 11:30 to 4:30, Saturday 8:30 to 4:30, Sunday 1 to 4. The variety of annual plants and succulents are beautiful and ready to brighten any space, and they'd love to plant your pots for you. Don't forget you can check out the Secret Garden inventory online at thesecretgardenonline.com. And remember them for sympathy and memorial gifts too. Luke 1 verse 37 says, "For nothing will be impossible with God." The Secret Garden, 2 1/4 miles west of Myrna on Highway 92 and a half a mile north.
In the mornings, we don't have to fight over the radio because it's one station.
You're listening to The Breakfast Show.
Congratulations to the bright, determined seniors of the area from Barney Pharmacy. It's time to celebrate. Not only the graduates, but the mothers as well. Shop beautiful jewelry from Norell and Montana Silversmith. Gifts and decor 20% off. If you want to add something sweet to your gift, Russell Stover and Baker's Chocolates as well as gourmet popcorn are 10% off. Don't forget free gift wrap and a card. They have a great selection for Mother's Day and graduation. Open Monday to Friday, 8:30 to 5:30, and Saturdays, 8:30 to 12:30. Varney Pharmacy, Broken Bow.
Cattlemen, spring is here and things are starting to green up. But alongside the good green like pasture grass and trees come the bad greens. Musk thistles, mullenweed, buckbrush, and other weeds. Let Aero Aviation help you get the bad green under control this spring. They use the latest in aircraft and GPS technology and crop protection products while keeping the good green in your pocket. Call Casey, Melissa, or Kim today and schedule spring spraying with Aero Aviation, 872-5113.
When severe weather occurs, the outcomes can be devastating. Ranky understands cleaning up and returning to normal can be a long process. The trained personnel at Central Nebraska Diesel are ready to assist you in getting your irrigation system back in running order. With a variety of services available, equipment, and repair parts, Central Nebraska Diesel can provide the help you need. Working together with Central Nebraska Diesel and Ranky will ensure your irrigation needs are met. Contact Central Nebraska Diesel, your local Ranky dealer, and see what they can do for you.
Love is in the air, but so are romance scams, where scammers online pretend to be your perfect match. Then they gain your trust and ask for money. They might claim to need help with an emergency, travel costs, or even investments. But the truth is, they are after your wallet, not your heart. Never send money or financial details to someone you haven't met in person. If in doubt, talk to your bank. Don't let a scams brought to you by Nebraska State Bank and Trust Company. Member FDIC.
8:55. I did Google songs about hips, and there's a lot of songs about hips.
Oh, really?
But most of them are hip-hop songs and rap songs.
I see.
From those artists. They like to sing about hips.
Okay, right. Well, good to know.
I don't think I'll be playing any of those, but
Yeah, probably don't want to unless we screen them first.
yeah, we'd have to listen to them, and I don't really want to do that either, do you?
No, we don't have time.
We don't have time for that. We do have one from the band Perry.
Oh.
And it's called Hip to My Heart.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it's talking about the body part or I guess we'll have to listen to it. I don't remember the song, do you? Hip to my
I don't kind of do maybe. I don't know. It's one of those things where I'll know when you start playing it if I'm familiar with it or not.
Also, with our system, you type in hip and you get similar titles. So I could have played I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas. Chipmunks Roasting on an Open Fire. Ships That Don't Come In Because it's SHIP.
Yeah.
And we still have time for Old Hippie. I think we can stretch into that one.
There you go.
Even Ships Don't Care because, again...
Play music by the Tragically Hip.
Yeah, that was one that was up on the
Was
screen.
it?
Yeah. This is the band Perry.
Passport, though. Flyer Brandy Marshall sees it all this way.
If you got a driver's license, most likely it's you. So why you need all this extra stuff? I mean, it is what it is. I'm not going to argue with them, but hopefully I can get out of here in time.
For the second time in just over a week, an F-18 Super Hornet fighter jet assigned to the USS Harry S. Truman has been lost in the Red Sea. The two pilots were able to abort, says CBS's Charlie D'Agata.
The Pentagon's chief spokesperson confirmed in a post Tuesday night the DoD is monitoring the situation, and the aircraft was not struck by the Houthis.
CBS News Brief, I'm Matt Piper.
Boot Barn honors a Western legacy built by those who persevere through resourceful determination. Ariat honors that same legacy by bringing innovative technology to classic pieces. Driven by a dedication to the craft, Ariat blends timeless Western artistry with advanced performance features for the modern cowboy and rodeo athlete. Out west, ingenuity is second to none. Ariat at Boot Barn.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Steve DeSager.
Golden State star Steph Curry left in the first half with a strained hamstring, but the Warriors did win their opener of the second-round series at Minnesota, 99-88. Buddy Hield with 24 points. Tyrese Halliburton of the Pacers with a game-winning three-pointer at Cleveland, 120-119. Donovan Mitchell scored 48 points in defeat. The Cavs were missing 3 injured players. In the NHL playoffs, second-round openers, Carolina won in overtime at Washington 2-1. Edmonton came from behind for a 4-2 victory at Vegas. Notre Dame football signed to play Clemson for 12 straight years, starting in 2027. To baseball, the Yankees beat the Padres 12-3 with 10 runs in the bottom of the 7th. That ends San Diego's 6-game winning streak. Miami in 10 innings edged the Dodgers 5-4. San Francisco in 11 won 14-5 at the Cubs. And late-night wins for the Mariners, Angels, and Arizona.
Here's your weatherology forecast. Chance for scattered thunderstorms. Today, otherwise cloudy skies expected. Highs level off around 73. Northeast winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Mainly cloudy skies. Tonight, slight chance for scattered thunderstorms. Lows dip down to about 47. Slight chance of thunderstorms. Tomorrow, daytime highs approaching 76, partly cloudy. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Evans Feed Company, based in Broken Bow, serving the great farmers and ranchers in every direction beyond. No matter the season or animal, they have the products you're seeking. Proud supporters of the Custer County Fair, FFA, and much more. Evans Feed.
Currently 56 under a cloudy sky, winds 5 to 10 out of the north. Yesterday's high was 77. We're holding at 20 hundredths for the month. 56 and cloudy here at Broken Bow in the center of Custer County. Hope everybody out there is doing well. We have to remind ourselves we're so fortunate. We have a lot of listeners down in the Cozad, Gothenburg area, and I think sometimes we just need to say howdy. So howdy, Cozad, howdy, Gothenburg, and everything in between and beyond. Appreciate your listenership very much. A lot of rockers down in that area like to listen to KBBN, and we appreciate that. Or if you'd like to listen to Pure Country on KCNI, you're welcome to do that. And you can listen to either station, actually anywhere in the world. Just download the free app. You can have it on your laptop, your desktop, your tablet.
Your phone.
Your phone. We can go with you anywhere.
Yeah.
If you so desire. Brett, do you have anything over there you'd like to highlight at this time?
Yeah, we want to remind you that Off-Broadway Assisted and Independent Living in Broken Bow is hiring, looking for a part-time cook and also full-time housekeeping help. $100 sign-on bonus available with each job opportunity. So come join a supportive, welcoming team dedicated to providing excellent care to their residents. If you're interested in either position, contact Julie at 872-2522 872-2522. You can also stop in and see them in person, pick up an application at their facility located at 403 South First Avenue in Broken Bow. And you can find all of this information on sandhillsexpress.com by going to the employment page.
Hey, does Foreigner have a song called...
I don't know. I don't know if they do or not.
Something about...
We'd have to Google.
Well, surely Foreigner has a song about hip.
I'm guessing.
I want to know what hip is.
Yeah. Maybe.
I want to know what hip is.
I think it's actually I want to know what love is the actual song. But
you sure?
I think so.
I hope. We could probably find a version for Will.
Yeah. If anybody would know if they have a song with the word hip, it would be our friend Will. He loves
know
them.
What hip is.
Loves Foreigner. Every time I see him.
Oh.
Could you play some more Foreigner?
Yeah, I should before we close the show. We're going to play a little, going to stretch it just a little bit, as we mentioned. The Bellamy Brothers with Old Hippie, because we're wondering here on The Breakfast Show, we selected a body part today, which is a hip, and then, or hips. Yeah, two.
Yes.
Most of us. A lot of people have metal hips, that are these days, which is great. Anyway, hip, and then there's hip to be cool, as the song says, and then hippie, because I don't know how they come up with hip to hippie, but they did back in the day. Speaking of that, I saw Bob Bowles yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Bob's back in the area.
Bob and Cheryl are visiting.
Oh, wonderful.
Yep.
Hello, Bowleses.
Was at the post office, and this car pulled up. In the back seat, there was Bob Bowles. We're going, oh, my God, it's Bob. That was really good. We had a nice talk. The post office is a great place to meet, by the way. And
it still is.
We had a
yes.
parked out there, and they pulled up beside, and Dennis Higginbotham got out. That's Cheryl's brother, of course, and we had a nice visit. Hope to maybe get together next week.
Good.
Got a lot of things going on this week, and we'll hope to have a little spare time next week to get together. Bob is even willing to go fishing.
What?
Yeah.
Now, the Bob Bowles that I knew, and I think most of you know, but in case you don't, Bob worked here for, 25 plus years? 25 years.
Yeah.
And was co-host with you for about all 25 of those, I think, on The Breakfast Show.
Mm-hmm.
But the Bob Bowles I knew wouldn't even get to within 20 feet of water.
He's still the same.
Okay. But he would be willing to go out in a boat?
No, we're just going to...
Or just fish from the bank?
We're going to bank fish.
Okay.
So he'll have the ground beneath his feet.
All right. Well, I can envision that then.
Yeah. And he's not going to actually fish. He's not going to bother to get a license, so he's just going to watch us fish.
Oh, there you go.
But that way he can probably be 10 steps back from the water that way.
To have a visit, you're going to have to shout back to him. But
Bob, would you want to bring down some sandwiches? A couple of chances to donate blood at the Loop City Community Center from 11 a.m. until 5 p.m. and right here in Broken Bow at the Broken Bow Municipal Building from 1 until 6 p.m. Tomorrow, blood drive at the Custer Christian School here in Broken Bow from 10:30 until 4:30 tomorrow afternoon. Those are locations where you can make that life-saving donation of those blood drives today and tomorrow.
I want to let you know that they're looking for help at Quality Senior Villages in Broken Bow. Quality Senior Villages, a wonderful care facility right here in Broken Bow that specializes in care for those battling Alzheimer's and dementia. And they are currently seeking medication aides and caregivers to join their compassionate care team. Shifts available include evenings, nights, part-time on the weekends, days and evenings. Now, you need to have your medication aid license. That would be preferred anyway. Must be dependable and caring, and experience with Alzheimer's and dementia care would be a plus. So if you're interested in joining their team, contact Ashley at 872-6387. That is 872-6387. Join Quality Senior Villages in making a difference every day.
Thank you very much, Brent. Appreciate it. This is a break that we're going to take. I'm going to say this very carefully and very clear. The first advertiser is Bow Family Furniture. Would you write that down, Brent?
Yes. Okay, sure.
And we'll send Ron a bill just for a name mention.
Oh, wow. Man, what a neat idea. Just think about the way you could increase revenue sales here at KCNI, KBBN by announcing prior to the playing of the ad who the ad is going to feature and then charging a little extra for the extra name mention.
Right on.
Wow, I'd tell you what, that right there is brilliant business sense coming from you.
I learned it from the opposite end, if you will.
Oh?
Because when I first started in radio, you were not to mention anything like that on the air for free.
Mm.
You did not say businesses' names unless they were paying for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I kind of understand that.
Or events that were coming up that were borderline for profit events. Could not mention that. For instance, for so many years, over at Comstock, there was the Windmill Festival, and
sure.
And it would be very tempting to mention all the stars that were going to be there.
Yeah, especially if you played one of them on the radio.
Yeah,
that was going to be there. Sure.
But you didn't do that when I first started.
Oh,
no.
Wow.
No, you did not do that because that was a revenue generator, and and those places would have to pay for it. So you couldn't say Bow Family Furniture. Write that down again, would you?
Yes, you bet.
As long as we're at it.
What is that, up to 3?
Yeah. And then Bruning Bank will follow.
Okay.
So send that to Jim.
Man, getting writer's cramp all of a sudden, writing down all this stuff. All right. Attention, Jim Scott.
Yeah.
Got it.
And here's those messages.
Graduation Day, Mother's Day, Memorial Day, all special events that say spring is here. So, to celebrate, Bow Family Furniture, East Highway 2 in Broken Bow invites you to save on genuine Lazy Boy furniture through the month of May. Every piece of Lazy Boy on our showroom floor, recliners, sofas, and love seats, even sectionals, they're all on sale. Come in and say for yourself. There's only one place to go for great selection and low prices on Lazy Boy. Bow Family Furniture, quality furniture, family prices.
Is there anything better than getting rewarded? Let us ask you this. How many reward apps do you currently have on your phone? Are you 2 purchases away from that free coffee or maybe a sandwich? Well, maybe we have one last question. Are you being rewarded for spending? If you said no, we can help you change that. At Bruning Bank, we offer 4 levels of our Bruning Bank credit card so we can best match you with the credit card suited for your lifestyle. The best part? You earn rewards with every purchase. Give us a call today at 308-872-2757 or visit BruningBank.com to learn how you can make the most of your purchases. Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
All right, took care of that. Well, you got to stay in the black.
Yeah, just trying to hit the bottom line.
Yeah. It's only business. It's just all about business.
Oh, boy.
That's the way that works. All right, now I'm a little bit nervous here, but I'm going to do it. We're going to break away from the hip theme now because we don't have a lot of hip songs unless they're rap songs or hip-hop songs. And we don't have time to preview those because sometimes they use... And this is kind of the same thing, although I'm pretty sure. I'm going to go back to the Bustin' Out Pure Prairie League album.
Oh.
And that would have been in the early 1970s. And they just were one of those groups at the time. They were kind of like Jerry Jeff Walker and Hoyt Axton, to name a few, where they had
Would this be prior to Vince Gill?
Yes.
Pure Prairie League? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know Vince was a part of but maybe in their latter days, right?
I think maybe,
before he broke out and became such a solo success.
I think he maybe joined them in the early 80s.
Okay.
This would have been early 70s.
Mm-hmm.
And they were kind of one of those first bands that were brave enough to say, we're going to have a sound that we like, that we want to play, and you either like it or don't.
Mm.
And they got a great following. And then Jerry Jeff Walker and Hoyt Axton and many others were doing that same thing. Other groups, Flying Burrito Brothers, and that was the genesis of the Eagles, and the list goes on and on. I don't really remember this song, so I'm hoping that there's no naughty words in it. But I don't think there were, probably.
Okay.
So I want to take a chance on it, and I don't remember the song, so it's called Call Me, Tell Me. There was one cut on this album, and it's not available here right now. That was this, like, long 6, 8, 10-minute song, and they did a whole piece in the middle with lap steel, but it was high velocity and guitar solos in it, riffs, and I would listen to that over and over. I probably have the album at home, and it's wore out in that one spot. Now, so I don't know what this one is.
Okay.
This is live radio on your local radio station. I wonder if, Jack, have you eaten at Runza lately? Yes, he has. Write that down.
Oh, Runza. Okay. All right. Runza. Attention, Brian Palmer.
Was it good?
Got it.
It was good. It was good at Runza. Write that down again.
Oh, okay. I'll just put a check mark. Okay, twice. Got it.
Here's Pure Prairie League off their Bustin' Out LP from the early 1970s. It's called Call Me, Tell Me. Let's take a listen and see what it sounds like. Well, I don't remember all of the orchestration that they included in those LPs back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Well, something different for you.
Yeah.
Every day shouldn't be the same. Should be different.
There you go. Mix it up.
Yeah. Let's see. Jack, have you gotten gas lately for your automobile? Did you get it out at Trotter's? You did?
Oh.
Trotter's
Okay.
a while ago out here on the west. Okay. Yeah. Was the gas good? Everything good there? Okay, write that down.
All right. Trotter's, attention, Mr. Baum. Got it.
Send it to the bomb.
Yeah, there you
go. Now, you got me kind of thinking about Poco and Firefall. You mentioned those groups.
Yeah.
And
they kind of had similar sounds, right?
yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
There was a Seals and Crofts were kind of in that range.
You mentioned Bob Bowles.
Yeah.
Bob turned me on to Poco.
Poco was
oh,
huge.
Man.
Yeah.
I've had, still do some CDs of Poco's hits. Oh, man. Good stuff.
Very good. Very good. And artists who came from other groups, big groups, and went on to other groups from Poco. Very talented people. I really miss this man. Brought it up in conversation. Hoyt Axton on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
When the morning comes and you gotta get up, how you gonna
who's that female vocalist? And I really don't remember, but matches up nicely with Hoyt's big voice.
Yeah.
I think I'll stop after the breakfast show by the United States Post Office and pick up my mail.
All right. Can we charge the post office?
Yeah, write that down.
Who does that go to? Does that go to the government?
It goes to Uncle Sam.
Okay, attention, President Trump.
Yeah, see if he pays that. Well, we better go before we get in trouble.
Yes, we probably better.
Hey, thanks for listening to your locally owned homegrown radio stations, KCNI, KBBN. And we've got senior salutes throughout the day today. Broken Bow seniors, they were on yesterday. We're going to swap them around on each station. So if you didn't catch them on one station yesterday, you can catch them on the other today. And we'll continue with Broken Bow through the rest of this week.
Great. All right.
So stay tuned for those. Lots of good country on KCNI. And got the Subdudes coming up shortly after the breakfast show.
The Subdudes, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're actually...
What's the name of their song?
Papa Dookie and the Mud People.
That's the name of the song?
Yeah.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is that new? I haven't come across that.
No, it's not.
No.
It's probably 10 years old or so.
What's the name of it again?
Papa Dookie and the Mud People.
All right.
It's a ballad about Muddy Creek. No, I'm just kidding you.